Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the theorem. The statement is an index set v1, v2, so on vp of two or more vectors vj not equal to 0 is linearly dependent if and only if sum vj j greater than 1 is a linear combination of the preceding vectors in v1 v2 so on vj minus 1. Yes, first I will consider necessary condition, then I will do the remaining part. So first I will consider first one, necessary condition. Necessary condition is first I will consider linearly dependent, then afterwards I will prove it is a linear combination of preceding vectors, and converse also I will prove it as a sufficient condition. First I am proving necessary condition. Let us consider an indexed set of vectors of vectors v1 v2 so on vp is linearly dependent. Let us consider an indexed set of vectors is linearly dependent. Implies by definition if an indexed set consists of vectors v1 v2 so on vp, there exist scalars c1 c2 so on cp such that c1 v1 plus c2 v2 plus so on cp vp is equal to 0 bar. Then if it is linearly dependent, at least one vector coefficient is not equal to 0. By definition, if an indexed set consisting of vectors, there is scalar c1 plus c2 such that c1 v1 plus c2 plus so on cp equal to 0 bar. If it is linearly independent, then at least one vector coefficient is not equal to 0. Let us consider Cj not equal to 0, where j is the greatest coefficient. J is the greatest coefficient, that is c1 v1 c2 v2 plus so on cp vp. Okay, cj vj plus 0 vj1 plus 0 vj plus 2 so on 0 b p is equal to 0. I am considering Cj not equal to 0. J is the greatest coefficient. J is the greatest coefficient not equal up to Cj. The coefficients are not equal to 0. Remaining all are equal to 0. Remaining all are not equal to 0. Implies I can write again C1 B1 C2 B2 plus so on Cj Bj is equal to 0 bar. I can write similar, that is Cj Bj is equal to, except Cj Bj term, take the remaining all the terms to the right hand side. Nothing but minus C1 B1 minus C2 B2 so on minus Cj minus 1 Vj minus 1. Now Vj is equal to minus C1 B1 minus C2 B2 so on minus Cj minus 1 Vj minus 1 by Cj. So simply we have Vj is expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Therefore, Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Hence, necessary condition is true. So once here see, actually we have to consider linearly dependent is true. We have to prove Vj can be expressed as preceding vectors. Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Now, necessary condition. I am considering this set of vectors as linearly independent. If the set of vectors are linearly independent, nothing but at least one coefficient value is not equal to 0. Okay, necessary condition. Let us consider index, and indexed set of vectors is linearly dependent by definition. An indexed set of vectors, obviously there exist scalars v1, v2, p vectors we have. So p scalars will exist such that vector equation as c1 v1 plus c2 p2 plus so on cp vp is equal to 0 bar. But here the set of vectors are linearly dependent. At least one coefficient value is not equal to 0. As at least one coefficient is not equal to 0, I am considering Cj is highest coefficient which Cj not equal to 0. So C1 not equal to 0, C2 not equal to 0, so on up to Cj not equal to 0. And remaining all the coefficients are equal to 0. I am considering like that over. So totally p vectors we have up to j. The coefficients are not equal to 0 and remaining vectors are equal to 0. So up to j, Cj, the coefficients are not equal to 0 and remaining are equal to 0. So I have this equation and simply I am writing Cj which is equal to, I took all the terms to the right hand side, already positive becomes negative. Coefficient also Cj is there, that was negative other side. Simply I am Vj is the linear combination of preceding vectors up to j minus 1 is there. So Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. So I consider necessary condition linearly dependent. I got linear Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Now I will put sufficient condition. Sufficient condition. Now sufficient condition is, of course, before that one more we have j greater than 1. I have to prove it. I will consider C1 V1 is equal to 0 bar. I will consider C1 V1 is equal to 0 bar. Implies C1 is equal to 0 bar or V1 is equal to 0 bar. As we consider this linearly dependent, as we consider as a linearly dependent, the coefficient value is not equal to 0. So obviously we have V1 is equal to 0 bar. V1 is a 0 vector, but we have V1 is a non-zero vector. We have V1 is a non-zero vector, so V1 is also not equal to 0 bar. So simply I can say this j value always compulsory greater than 1. So whenever linearly dependent, I can say j greater than 1. Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors over, and now sufficient condition. Sufficient, come on, right? Let us consider for some Vj j greater than 1 is a linear combination of preceding vectors. Linear combination of preceding vectors v1, v2, so on vj minus 1. That is vj is equal to preceding vectors we have vj minus 1. After that we have, so I can write vj is equal to c1 v1 plus c2 v2 plus so on Cj minus 1 Vj minus 1. Vj can be expressed as linear combination of preceding vectors. Implies, I'll take this Vj also other side. So simply I can write C1 V1, C2 V2 plus so on Cj minus 1 Vj minus 1 plus minus 1 Vj is equal to 0 bar plus 0 Vj is equal to 0 bar. I can write this one as we have j vectors we have, but total index we have p vectors we have. So I can write this equation as same as c1 v1 c2 v2 plus so on cj minus 1 Vj minus 1 plus minus 1 Vj plus 0 into Vj plus 1 plus so on 0 Vp is equal to 0 bar. So we have some coefficients are equal to 0. We have, of course, some values, some coefficients are not equal to 0. C1, C2, so on, Cj minus 1. Minus 1. These coefficients are not equal to 0. These coefficients are not equal to 0. So I can say this indexing set of vectors v1, v2, so on v2 is linearly dependent. So I can say v1, v2, so on vp is linearly dependent. So sufficient condition, I am considering Vj is a linear combination of preceding vectors. I wrote equation, simply I wrote Vj to the right hand side. I wrote this equation. So totally C1, C2, Cj minus 1. These coefficients are not equal to 0. But I know that an index is a consists of p vectors are there. P vectors. So I can write after minus 1 Vj I can write 0 Vj plus 1 plus so on 0 Vp is equal to 0. Therefore, I can say V1, V2 so on Vp is linearly dependent. C1, V1, C2, V2 plus so on Cj minus 1, Vj minus 1 plus minus 1 times of Vj equal to 0. But I have P vectors I have. So I want the remaining vectors coefficients is equal to 0. Therefore, I can say V1, V2 so on Vp is linearly dependent. So this theorem we have necessary sufficient condition. Whenever V1, V2 so on Vp is linearly dependent, I can say Vj is a linear combination of preceding vectors. If it is linear combination of preceding vectors, the set is linearly dependent. That's all. Once see this theorem. If you have any doubt, you can ask in interactive class. Yes. And now our next topic is basis. Before that, first we see the all topics one by one what we discussed. The first we discussed vector space. A set of vectors is said to be vector space if it is satisfies the following axioms. We give 10 axioms we give. If it is satisfied, the given vector we can say is a vector space. The set of vectors is said to be vector space. And second we have vector subspace. A subset H of V is said to be vector subspace of V if it satisfies 3 axioms. We discussed that also. W is said to be subspace of V if it satisfies 3 axioms. The topic we discussed already. And next, third one we discussed null space and column space. Null space and column space. And fourth we discussed linearly dependent and linearly independent. So vector space, vector subspace, null space, column space, and fourth topic linearly dependent and independent. In unit 1 we have one more topic. Next topic is basis. First we discuss what is this definition first. Basis definition. Basis definition. Let H be a subspace of vector space V, then an index set of subset of vectors of H, say beta is equal to B1 bar, B2 bar, so on, Bt bar, is called a basis of H if it satisfies following two conditions. What is the basis? Number one is beta is linearly independent set of H. Beta is linearly independent set of H. Second one is the subspace spanned by beta. The subspace spanned by beta coincides with H, or H is equal to span of beta already we have B1 bar, B2 bar, so on, B2 bar. If it satisfies these two conditions, then I call it as a basis. That is, once again, H is subspace of vector space V is consisting in indexed set. Beta is called a basis. If it satisfies number one, it should be linearly independent. Already we know that how to check whether the vectors are linearly independent or not. Simply we will consider vector equation. We will consider vector equation C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus so on. Cp Vp equals 0 bar. If all the coefficients are not equal to 0, then we say it is a linearly independent. Second one, I have to put linearly span. If these two conditions are satisfied, then I say beta is a basis. So very simple. in order to say the given set of vectors, what are the vectors here means b1 bar, b2 bar, bp bar. Actually, vectors will represent with v1, v2, v3, so on like that. But here I am representing with vectors with b1, b2 means why means our topic is basis. Our topic is basis. Just we are changing our notation vectors in terms of b. So now I am representing the vectors in terms of b1 bar, b2 bar, so on, bp bar. This set, an indexed set beta, is said to be basis if it is satisfied two conditions. What are the two conditions? It should be linearly independent. It should be linearly independent, and number two is it should be a span. It should be a span. If it is satisfied these two conditions, then I can say beta is basis. And one more note point we have. If you have a standard basis E1 is equal 1 0 0 1, then I can say they are the standard basis of R square. Similarly, if E1 is equal to 1 0 0, E2 is equal to 0 1 0, E3 is equal to 0 0 1, I call this standard basis as the standard basis of R cube. Standard basis of R square and R cube. Yes. Now, next we have a problem. We have determine or if V1 is equal to 3 0 minus 6. V2 is equal to minus 4 1 7, V3 equal to minus 2 1 5. Determine V1, V2, V3 is basis of R power 3, R cube. Yes, we'll check whether it is basis or not. In order to check whether it is basis or not, first point we have to prove it is linearly independent. Number two, we have to prove the linear span. L of S is equal to U. These 2 points we have to check. One is linearly independent and one more linear span. First I am writing as given. Solution given V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3. First, number one, let us consider there exist three scalars C1, C2, C3. There exist three scalars C1, C2, C3 such that C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3 equal to 0 bar. That is C1 into V1 3 0 minus 6 plus C2 minus 4 1 7 C3 minus 2 1 5 equal to 0 0 0. Nothing but we'll get three equations, we'll get homogeneous equations we'll get. That is 3C1 minus 4C2 minus 2C3 equal to 0. Next 0C1 plus C2 plus C3 equal to 0. Minus 6C1 plus 7C2 plus 5C3 equal to 0. We have to solve these three homogeneous equations. For this, we consider a augmented matrix. Let us consider a augmented matrix. Augmented matrix A J. Let us consider a augmented matrix A0. A means just coefficients of the C1, C2, C3. First row we have already 3, -4, -2. Second row we have 0, 1, 1. Third row we have -6, 7, 5. And one more we have 0 matrix, we have 0, 0, 0. Just we have to solve 2 in terms of echelon form and right. In terms of echelon form, it simply I have a diagonal line. Below this diagonal line, I have to make it 0. First, I will make it this 0 and -6. I mean, already 0 is there. This -6 as 0 I make it. Down to the first column, I will make the remaining elements as 0. Nothing but R3 implies R3. Already have -6. I have to make here 6. So I have to multiply with 2. 3 2 is 6. So R3 plus 2R2. That's the first row as is 3 -4 -2 0 0 1 1 0. Third row R3 as is right here -6 7 5 0. First row we have, second row we have multiplied with 2, we have to multiply. Sorry, not second row we have to multiply. First row with 2, multiply with 2 here. 3 2 is 6, -8, -4, 0. Just add 0, -1, 1, 0. So simply I got third row as 0, -1, 1, 0. Over. Now I have to make this -1 also as 0. Again, with the help of this element as 1. So R3 implies R3 plus R2. R3 implies R3 plus R2. 3 -4 -2 0 0 1 1 0. We have to add 0 plus 0 0. 1 plus of -1 0 2 0. We got echelon form. Again I will write the equations in terms of C1 C2 C3. Come on. First equation 3C1 -4C2 -2C3 equal to 0. Equation number 1. Next, one minute. Now 3C1 -4C2 -2C3 is equal to 0. Next, C2 plus C3 equal to 0. Equation number 2. Equation number 1. Equation number 2. Next we have 2C3 is equal to 0. 2C3 is equal to 0. So we have C3 is equal to 0. Whenever C3 is equal to 0, I can say C2 is also 0. Whenever C2 C3 is equal to 0, we can say C1 is also 0. So C3 is equal to 0, C2 equal to 0, C1 also equal to 0. So we have 3 are equal. C1, C2, C3 all are equal to 0. So I can say this vectors whatever I give, they are linearly independent. Therefore, V1, V2, V3 is linearly independent. Once here see, actually we have to prove basis. We have to prove it. Basis nothing but 2 points we have to prove it. One is linearly independent and one was linear span. In this class we discuss only linearly independent. For this there exist these scalars C1, C2, C3 such that C1, V1, C2, V2, C3, V3 is equal to 0 for we consider. We have to prove these coefficients C1, C2, C3 as equal to 0. If 3 are equal to 0, I can say linearly independent. If not equal to 0, linearly dependent. First, C1, V1, C2, V2, C3, V3 is 0. I got 3 equations. I solved this homogeneous equation with the help of augmented matrix. Considering augmented matrix that I solved by echelon form, I got C1, C2, C3 values as 0. So therefore I can say linearly independent. In order to prove basis, I have to prove one more, linear span. In the next class, we will discuss how to find linear span and we verify whether it is a linear span or not. If it is linear span, we can say it is basis. The given vectors are basis. If not, the given vectors does not form a basis. Yes, this is lecture 8. The next class will verify whether it is linear span or not.